So now I had a one of my friend, you know, in my WhatsApp sent me a message. Let me show you guys. He sent me a message. He said, it's a question though. He said, okay. So he said, Hafa bro, how do you handle impatience? And then I replied, Omo, by telling yourself the truth. And then I went ahead and sent him a voice note. So now I want to do an extensive video of what I thought on those voice notes. This is just from my experience. I'm not an expert, but this is obviously from what I've learned from the markets and what I've gotten from experience, real hand experience. So number one, as always, is God. I don't care how you want to take it. If you're not a Christian, I don't know. But as a Christian that I am, and God, you need to find God, you need to pray about it, you need to find the Holy Spirit. Because number one is that one of the fruits of the Holy Spirit is patience, kindness, and all of them. So one, patience. So when you find God, you pray for Him, you pray to Him, and you tell Him that see what you're passing through in your trading journey. And obviously, when He's with you, He will send you the Holy Spirit. And obviously, the impatience that you're battling with would you find a solution to it. And then I think that would help you go a long way. I've tried this and it has worked for me. So go ahead and try it and tell me what you think. So number two, so that's firstly the spiritual aspect, right? So number two is the let's say should I say the physical aspect or the psychological aspect? So let's say the physical aspect. Okay, no, psychological first. Psychological aspect. The reason why you feel impatience is because your brain feels like this thing that you're about to do is so psychological. How do I spell this thing? Hope I'm right, sure. Psychological. Abi? Psycho. I think this is it. Psychological. I'm an engineering student, I'm not an English student. So let's leave it like that. Okay, now, psychological. I feel like the reason why your brain is scared to take a trade, or maybe you're in a trade, you are scared because number one, it's a new thing to your brain, right? Your brain is not it's not used to losing money. It doesn't want you to lose money. So it's a preventive mechanism. It doesn't want you to undergo harm, so to speak. So that's why it's kind of find a way to, you know, should I say, it finds a way to make you not to take the trade. So when you're in the trade, small thing you are just checking it, checking it, checking it. Even if you are going to small profits, small reversal, you just find yourself closing the trade out of nothing. So psychology, right? So how to battle this is number one is backtesting. When you backtest a lot, with proven data, you know that okay, whenever I see this setup, this is supposed to go high and it's supposed to take this liquidity, and it's not going to reverse until this liquidity is taken. So now when you know this from a proven data, and you know that in a 1 to 10 ratio, right? So let's say if you take 10 trades using these rules from what you found out in your backtesting, right? Minimum of six should be right. You should be right 6 times minimum. Minimum, you should be right 6 times. If you're not right 6 times, there's something missing. Then on a rare scenario, sometimes you can be right up to 8 times or 9 times. And if you take all your trades up to 9 trades, at least six will be in profit, and 5 or 4 should be in TP, full TP, and you'll be very good, honestly. The other ones, you might not even feel it that those ones didn't work well. So what do? You backtest a lot. So let's say you backtest, you backtest. Well, I think there was one as one of these big traders I was following on Twitter. He said something about backtesting. He said that if you want to do backtesting, do it for 100 trades. You know what it means to do a backtesting for 100 trades? Like anytime you see your setup, you count it as one and then you take the trade. So if you before you do a backtesting for 100 trades, there is no way you don't know what is going to happen next. Means if I think I tried it, I did like 50. I could not even finish the 100, but I'll go back to my drawing board again and start again. So if you do like 100 back testing, I'm sure your psychology, everything will improve. And then another thing I've also heard is that the fastest way to go out of The fastest way to end your problem as a trader, lack of funds, this one, impatience, all those things is backtest a lot. Backtesting will solve 90% of your problems. It will give you the confidence you need, it give you the everything you think you need. Backtesting, right? So now the third one is so I told him tell yourself the truth. So the truth I mean is that impatience is just a result of something that we are doing wrong. It's not the main thing. The main thing there's a main problem there, which is indiscipline. So backtesting is just the result of you being indisciplined. Sorry, impatience is just a result of you being indisciplined, right? So now discipline boils down to when you enter a trade, you know it's either TP or SL. Or there's a big news coming and you know that it is going to affect you and then you close. Else, you don't have any business touching that chart, TP or SL. So you find out that is what? Indiscipline. Another thing that you also have to look into when you are done with, so you write indiscipline here. Indiscipline. Yeah. And then knowing that, number four, knowing that the market always moves, right? So you don't need to be in a hurry to enter a trade. Trade that you still chop SL. Like when I saw this trade, I first saw here as the trade, and I saw some people posting this trade as this was the actual, setup. And some people, early buyers went in and they bought, and the SL was here. And but when I saw it, I said, nah, no, 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 this should not be so. This is the liquidity. And then this guy later came back at night, I think around 1 a.m. or something, and took everybody out. And then this guy activated and I jumped in. So just like what I was saying now, you need to battle the impatience, you need to, like I've said about indiscipline. So knowing that the market is going to move from what you've studied so far, you know that the market is going to move. So whatever, even if it's not moving now, give it time. Have patience. You understand? Give it time. Know that it will move. You don't need to take 5 trades. Like I showed you guys last week, I take just I think 4 trades. I'm even considering self reducing it to just 3. Imagine if you take only 3 trades and 2 give you full TP, 1 fail. Sometimes 3 self can give you full TP. You don't need to be trading, doing just go look for quality trades, enter them, and don't over leverage your account. That way you find that you're not impatient when you're in a trade. You understand? So I will stop here. Hopefully, when my account balance grow more, I can talk more from more experience. But for now, the way my account balance is, this is where I've learned so far. This is where I've learned so far. So this number 4 is don't overtrade. Exactly. Don't overtrade, over leverage slash over leverage. Sometimes you find out that whenever you are in a trade that you're not supposed to be in, like for example, you risk 3% of your account. You find that you're always checking the chart every time to avoid you taking stop loss. But if you just calm down and take 1%, or if the 1% self is too much for you, you just take like 0.5%. Kukuma make you feel rest. You understand? Over trading and over leveraging of your account. So by the time you fix these 4 things, number one self will help you very, very well. All these ones is just added advantage. So yeah, guys. And then in case of closing trade, sometimes I like to close my trades on weekends if the trades have actually gone well. For example, sorry about that. So for example is this guy. This guy. My initial target for this trade was here, I think. Was here. This high now. But I've seen that there's a liquidity here, and this is a valid order block. It's not valid though, but it's another block and my reverse market. So before this trade will come here, now you might have to come down, take some liquidity here, and go up. I know those drawdown I don't need it. I want to see if I can play some withdrawal, so that's why I closed. But then you get the point now. So the only time you should close your trade on Fridays, weekends is when obviously when it's weekend, and then you know that some liquidity have been taken, there's a measurable amount of move. Not that you just enter the trade and it's still here. You just went off. Why are you going off? You've not done anything now. You understand? You've not done anything, so you don't need to go off.